everybody, it's Krista here to do the love, romance, partnership, and creativity reading for the sign of Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising. This is for everyone within a partnership, looking for one, interested in one, or if you are working on creative endeavors and co-creating with Source or Spirit. The left column represents you. The center column represents both entities, and the right column represents either the partner or the challenge. So, love, romance, and creativity messages for Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising for January 2019. January 2019 for Taurus, love, romance, creativity. Oh, we have a nice little nostalgia there that could show up in your reading. On its own, it's really not a bad energy. It's a little sentimental. It can actually be quite lovely for you in assessing where your heart truly beats. Love, romance, partnership, and creative messages. Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Here we go. All right, so we're going to get 9 cards out for you. Let's see what's going on. Taurus, if you just watched your general reading, this was featured in your reading as well under the column of the role in the situation. So it's just interesting to see here for your partnerships as well. A lot of expansive energy. Look at that, gorgeous. Oh my word. Okay, so first of all, I just want to say straight up, lots of healing around a relationship, legacies, long-term family planning. Big deal for you and a partner. If this is a creative or co-creative effort around a project, anything around the arts, basically any creative project for you that does not include partnerships or another person, a romantic interest. Ooh, dear, this is you getting a hold of healing power around your own health and wellness and well-being, including finances. I'm just going to throw that out there as well. Gorgeous energy to polish the month off with as an outcome for your partnership and love reading. The world is your oyster. What is it that you really want? Really understanding, making a decision here about what it is you really want. How much are you... What does this relationship mean to you and what goes on within it? Making a choice here. The lovers, you both have a choice to make, which is very curious. They may be questioning you, or you might even be questioning yourself right now. I mean, if there has been a fight or an upset or something like that, it could be they're in it for the long haul. They might even try to convince themselves here, intellectually or mentally somehow. They might even try to talk themselves out of this, like it doesn't make sense. Well, it's the heart. It's on its own little path, but this is a decision that it's supposed to be the war between the heart and the mind, but the heart always wins because that's what true love is. And this is really just, making the decision. I'm going to tread a little bit more lightly. I'm going to move forward with a little bit more intention here. You don't want to shut the door on anybody here and make anyone feel left out. So just be maybe a teeny bit more receptive to someone else right now who could be struggling with the relationship or the progress of the relationship. I think their heart is really in the right place. I think they could be looking for a little bit of leadership from you right now. If your walls are up by any chance, maybe show some humility right now and take leadership from them because their heart is in the right place right now. Otherwise, just make your intentions clear. You can even say, like, I have to catch up to you in this way. You're a little bit more mature than me in this way. I'm going to catch up to you. I just need to move a little bit more slowly here, but make sure that you're on the same page together. Yeah, I mean, they're definitely on the same side as you. They want to see you do well. They want to see the relationship succeed. And I think it's almost like you need to recognize this for yourself. So don't talk yourself into something terrible or try to create division or become the cold queen here of messages or intellect. right? I mean, we do have a very strong Libran energy here. We do have the Justice, which of course is Libra, and then the Queen of Air. Essentially, that is an air sign, Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini. So just some themes, and then of course the Aquarian card, which is the Star. So a lot of air energy is really prominent here. Of course, we do have the Leo here in the Lovers card. I consider it the Taurus, so there could be like Taurus, Leonian energy here. The Sun and Venus, a lot of love, a lot of light. And then this interesting little Devil card down here. So yeah, very curious to see here. Obsessions could play a part of the relationship, but it doesn't have to be a negative thing. If you saw your general reading, for example, you could use this to your advantage. So, depending on what you're obsessed with necessarily, or if it's something that you're willing to shift over time to achieve goals and outcomes, it can actually be a positive theme. Just make sure what it is concerning is working for you and not working against you. So let's get into each card in its position. We are beginning with the current state. It's the Devil. It's obsessions. It's over representation, over attention, okay? Something is being paid a little bit too attention to. So again, maybe take a little bit of a step back here. Don't get into fights. Don't create fights. Don't drag them into the new year. With regard to a partnership here, just make sure that you're both on the same page. This is critical for you because of this sense of equilibrium, as I said. Here we have Justice. Justice is going to be meted out here. Something that wasn't fair will be made fair. So if it was something that wasn't working for you, something else will be put in its place, okay? So just make sure that what you are both doing is for the highest good, and equilibrium or balance is the key and the desired way of life, okay? You want to help each other. The whole point is to create balance, to complement one another, okay? You don't have to be the same person. You don't have to have the same likes, dislikes, interests, goals personally as the other person. In fact, that might be a little boring and ultimately unachievable, and probably not very fun. You really, partnerships are about bringing into reality what you have to offer that are your strengths, where someone else could be weak in that area, and vice versa, and then enjoying that about each other and not fighting that in each other. So really looking at the positives of what each of you bring to the relationship, as opposed to, what might be missing, or really if this is about complaints, complaining about a partnership or perceived problems within a partnership, we're really going to put that to rest for the month of January. It's just not going to serve you. It's a time suck. The nature of your issue, here's the Divorce Queen. Really avoid fights, really avoid the temptation to fights, avoid looking at issues too deeply or obsessing about issues, obsessing about an imbalance here. She's cold, but at the end of the day, she's going to tell you the truth. This is a person who would rather, she's going to stand for the truth. But it is a somewhat cold energy. The nature of the issue is just a lot of clearing up communication. This is a very communicative card. Beware here that you're not coldly communicating, and this is love, romance, partnerships, and creativity. So, unless you want to be single, Taurus, and then, you decide that. If you want to be single, okay, if you're willing to walk away from all this, a partnership or something that's going in a loving or romance direction, get it off your chest, and you've seen and heard and felt everything already. So nothing can hurt you, nothing can touch you. But it's not conducive to creating compassion and partnerships. That's the Queen of Cups. So while your truth is necessary, and while you need to communicate honestly here, just beware that, just beware that you're able to match your partnership's level of love here or commitment, because you're still looking at some of your possibilities here. You could even be on the fence. You know, don't obsess about problems here, Taurus, especially in the new year. Don't drag garbage into the new year if you can help it. You're still looking at what path to take. Their heart and mind is made up. Like, they're in it for good. So if that's the question, you know, I don't know if I can trust you. I don't know if you're in it for good, that type of thing. That's really only showing up on your side. I think this person will make it evident to you that they're in it for the long haul. They're ready to defend this relationship or partnership. And you're going to realize you have more strength within the partnership. You have more going on, more opportunities that are available to you within the partnership than you had been giving it credit for. Perhaps you were over-focusing on a problem and not on the solution or what was actually going right. Because look, again, as I said, and I started out this way, this is a legacy. This is beautiful, a beautiful family. It could even be, you know, developing a family, marriage, commitments, long-term planning, long-term outcomes, home buying, investments, that type of thing. And then this beautiful healing energy, Aquarius energy. This is brotherhood, sisterhood, total understanding, 11th house energy, sudden changes, electrical currents, electrical healing, healing at a cellular level. It could be that you're understanding one another in a whole new way. This is very practical energy. This is very intellectual energy. So hopefully these two energies will merge. They will meet and merge and become one. And wouldn't that be a miracle for your partnership this month? Here's very soon. Clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. It's always essential to do that, I think, right? Here in your column, it's really up to you. Like, do you want to see this keep going? Do you want to see it develop? Do you have conditions around its development? Are you willing to let go of an obsession with a problem or a concern here in order to move ahead and see what's actually available to you, to get out of your own way? You know, clearly decide on what type of partnership you want, and then have that clear and concise communication, but do it with heart. Make sure that there's a balanced communication here. Make sure that it's done in a loving way. Make sure you're both in a position, physically, mentally, emotionally, to have that communication so that it doesn't come off sounding cold or distant. I'm going to suggest you do it in person. We do have message in a bottle. This is really technology in my view. This is, you know, social media, texting, meme sharing, that type of thing. I think if you're going to have this conversation, or you do want to develop this partnership in a really beautiful manner that is equal and loving to you both, you know, do it person to person. If you can't be physically with the person, you know, FaceTime, Skype might be really essential for you right now. But message in a bottle, make sure that you are communicating lovingly and well. And again, look at this equilibrium. We have the sky and the water, okay? The air, the thoughts, and then this very practical sense, this very practical part of the world, the real world, what you can touch. So, you know, just make sure that you're both on the same page and you want the same outcomes. Make that known with each other so you can move on with no questions and without obsessing about the past. It really is up to you. So yes, decide what it is you want here, Taurus, because I do see it being delivered to you. You can have what you want here, and you can be healed from old wounds and old energies. So really positive, essentially here. Just have patience for the process, patience for your partner, and for your means of communication at this time. So Taurus, that is your love, romance, and creativity reading for January 2019. Happy New Year, everybody. Hope this video will find you well, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.